evening, welcome back to the Fireburns Within channel. Time for another anniversary review video. Eclipse are literally my favourite band in melodic rock today. There's just not a band that's better than them in my opinion. They're just an absolute awesome band. And their very first album is 20 years old on the 4th of June. The Truth and a Little More. So I re-listened to it, reviewed it again, ranked each song again. I just wanted to listen to it, see the progress of the band. 20 years since its release date on the 4th. Eric, he's been doing this melodic rock songwriting business for a long time now. He's improved in huge quantities, huge amounts since the early days. Not that the early album was bad. So let me clarify that. But the songwriting has sort of evolved. It's like a honed skill now that Eric has. So anyway, I re-listened to the debut album, The Truth and a Little More. So let's see how it went. My first listen for a long time. Okay. Opening track is called Midnight Train. This is a very decent opener. The chorus is very catchy. This is the first time you're hearing Eric's songwriting style, his ability to pen a killer chorus, and he does it very well. I mean, this is a great song. Very catchy, very upbeat. The production could be a little bit better. This is the first thing that hits you when you're listening compared to today's sound. You immediately realize that maybe the budget was a bit smaller, the techniques are not as good, the studios are not as good. It's just easier to record now, equipment is much better, etc. You get the drift. But anyway, Midnight Train is a real rock solid opener. I mean, I really enjoyed it, so I gave it 8 out of 10. Track 2 is called The Truth. The first thing I noticed about this one is Eric's voice is sort of quite different in his youth than he is now. I don't know, he sounds quite mature for his age at that time compared to now. Like with track 1, the guitars sound a little bit muted, not crisp and loud and crunchy like they are in today's productions. The song, however, is an awesome song. It's got very catchy melodies. The chorus is, it just shines bright, the chorus on that one. So, Eric, this is second song in, and he's already writing bangers. He's writing proper hard melodic rock songs. Nice use of keys in this song as well, which is quite different than nowadays Eclipse. Nowadays Eclipse is like ballsy melodic hard rock. There's not too much room for keyboards, but in the very first album there was room, so that's an interesting shift in time. Track 3 is called The Only One. This is a slower AOR type song. It's poppy, but it's pleasant. It's not bad. It's got light tempo guitars, a breezy light vocal. This is the type of song I don't normally like too much, but I was quite surprised by how well this one went. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10 for The Only One. Quite pleasant. Track 4 is Message of Love. This is sort of like the first power ballad, if you like, or ballad. It's not bad, it's solid, it's nice vocal once it gets going. Again, the production, as with the previous songs, is sort of slightly lacking. It's not bad, but it's not it's not the Eclipse that I love from today. But it's still a decent song. It's still a good song. So 7.5 out of 10. Track 5 is I Believe in You. It's a slow melodic song, happy summery feel to it. Lacks a little bit of guitar attack, if you like. It's a pleasant tune. It's again not bad. It's failed by the production. The solo is good. The chorus is very good as well. So, again, judging just only by the song itself, I have to give it an 8 out of 10. Track 6 is I Thought I Had It All. This is an upbeat tune, decent vocal from Eric, leads to a nice chorus as usual. Something we come to expect from Eric, even this early in his career. We've heard the first 4 or 5 songs, so by the 5th song we've got it in our heads that this is what this album or this songwriting is all about. Chorus is pretty catchy, pretty nice tune. Not as good as some of the other ones. So 7 out of 10 for I Thought I Had It All. Track 7 is The Way I Feel. It's nice vocals again. The chorus arrives. It's gentle, melodic. This is a laid back, chilled tune. It doesn't have the ballsy energy of today's Eclipse. It's got quite a little jazzy, funky guitar line and quite cool bass as well, which is interesting. This is a bit different, very well, actually quite a lot different than nowadays Eclipse. It's a cool tune, pleasant listen, but maybe a little bit too relaxed, too chilled for my taste, but still a 7 out of 10. Track 8 is Songs of Yesterday. This is sort of starts off quite heavy, a sort of groovy blues sounding riff. Start things off. The guitar again is not punchy enough, but you can tell that with a better production this could be a really good song. The chorus arrives and it's really sort of lush and sort of quite dramatic, quite cool backing vocals on this one. There's this really cool guitar line in it that reminds me of sort of like old Boston, which is really cool. The verses are okay, nothing totally amazing in the verses, but the chorus when it comes back, it lifts you. So it's all about the chorus on Songs of Yesterday. It's got a nice acoustic section as well, with a solo break afterwards. So I really enjoyed Songs of Yesterday actually. So 8 out of 10 for that one. Track 9 is A Little More. This is a cool little tune. It's a little bit average sounding. It's not got a huge hook. It's got sort of like a proggy keyboard solo, which is again something that you won't hear on any new Eclipse songs, more or less. Well, I haven't heard obviously not the latest brand new one that's about to drop in the autumn, but my guess is that it won't really be in that vein. So this one is okay, but perhaps not a high point of the album. So A Little More gets 6.5 out of 10. Track 10 is Too Far. It's like a little slow country rock styled ballad. Eric is crooning away. The chorus sees female vocals also helping Eric out with backing. This is not my favourite style and probably the low point on the album, so only a 6 out of 10 for that track. Track 11 is How Many Times, sort of another bluesy, sort of White Snake-ish sounding riff to start with. It's a nice melody that Eric is singing. The chorus arrives, it's a nice cool one. Eric's voice is sort of harmonized with the choir backing, so I think he's also singing the backing choirs and singing the lead vocal as well, obviously. This is a good song. Could have done with a touch more energy. It's got a nice little shreddy guitar and keyboard battle as well, which is quite unique. For then at that time, I mean, Eclipse, this is their first album, so we didn't know how they would go on to sound, but at that point it would have been quite different when you look back on it from today's sound. So I like How Many Times. It's a good song. 7.5 out of 10. Track 12, the final track on the album, is called I Won't Hide. It's a very short song, 1 minute 36. It's sort of like an acoustic little ditty, little ballad. It's very well sung by Eric. I mean, he sounds really good. It's only short, so it's hard to give a real proper rating, but I gave it a 7 out of 10. It's just a nice little short, very short song. So yes, there you have it. The debut Eclipse album, the re-ranking. Eclipse, like I said, it's just an awesome band. I love so many things that Eric does in all his various various incarnations, various songwriting dabblings with Frontiers, Wet or WET, Nordic Union, Ammunition, where he sort of part writes, not all the songs. So there you have it. Anyway, The Truth and a Little More. He's 20 years old. It's a really good album. I mean, my overall rating for this is 7.33 out of 10, which is a real solid start for the band. I mean, you could see the potential, and boy would they go on to fulfill it. I mean, the album that followed was really good. It was again a step up from this, and then once you get to Are You Ready to Rock, that's when you sort of reach the core sound of Eclipse, like the sound that more or less we have today. Isn't they've reached the target sound, if you like, the heavy, catchy melodic rock sound, the urgent, power packed melodic rock sound. So anyway, that was The Truth and a Little More. It's a really good album, a great start. It's 20 years old. If you've never heard it and you love Eclipse, definitely check it out. You get to see the roots of the band. Eric's starting point in melodic rock songwriting. He was already very good at his art. It's a little bit different, but you've got to give it a shot. It's a rock solid album. Okay, stay tuned.